Stream is up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and welcome to a new edition of O'Malley's Adventure. And this is more of a channel update slash what's been going on recently with O'Malley's Adventure on this side of the house. And so we're going to discuss that a little bit as far as what I've been up to, the projects that I've got going on. But first, most of it is, this show is going to be geared around this type of stuff. So, just a real brief recap. I got Norma running, had the tank replaced, blah, blah, blah. If you've been keeping up with that, check it out in the description. There's a whole playlist about Norma, and I took it drag racing. Now, when I went down to drag race at Magnolia Drag Strip, I met a guy I'm friends with on Facebook. His name's Joe, and he has a really cool Mustang that he drag races. So when I went down there to race, and it was him, well, then his dad showed up. Well, then after a couple weeks, his dad's friend, Paul, who we're going to talk a lot about here in a second, brings his car out of mothballs, and he shows up. So then sometime early August, I bring my dad down. So the next thing you know, you have this. From left to right, you have Joe and his dad, me in the background, then you have Paul, then you have my dad. So this sort of group of people sort of took shape, and it's been very unique. I'm going to go over the cars real quick. Everybody's familiar with Norma, but the Camaro, Shelly, my dad and I raced her back in the mid-90s. Life happens, kids happen, you get out of racing, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm past that stage of life. Now it's time to play. So, anywho, the 73 Charger on the left, that's Paul's. The middle car's mine. The Mustang is Joe's. Now, of all the cars, I'm going to say that Joe's car has the most potential to be really fast. There isn't a lot to that year Mustang. You can see it right there. I'll freeze that. Most of the work is done as far as getting things out of the car. He's running 289 right now. He's pretty quick. And like I said, weight-wise, because I want to say that car right now would be under 3,000 pounds. I don't think that would be a stretch. Anywho, then let's talk about Paul. Paul's a very unique guy, especially not this past weekend because we got rained out, but the weekend before. If you watch his launch here, Paul actually drives a real hot rod. And by real, I mean he's got a 4-speed, and he's banging through gears where most guys running automatics, they tend to be a little bit more consistent. Paul drives his car. So, anyway, after a little bit of controversy last week, some things happened, whatnot. Anyway, Paul's back at it for what? 3 weeks? He takes a 4-speed car, and not only does he go to the big dance, he brings home the bacon. Paul won. And so we're going to tip our hat to Paul. Paul had a very unique day, and that car, you have to stand next to it. Like when you see it, you're like, oh, cool, man, it's an old Dodge. That thing's from here to Christmas long. And but he bangs through the gears, and he made it happen. So we're going to tip our hat to Paul. And that's what's been going on as far as the drag racing goes. That took on a whole new type direction. I wanted to see how fast I could take and make the wagon, and it turned into, the wagon is probably going to be a tow vehicle at some point. We don't know yet. Very close. And I just had some exhaust work done on the Camaro because I was not able to run open exhaust. I was running through mufflers. And it's weird to go into a drag strip, back into the water, do a burnout, and you're running mufflers. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Anywho, that's what's been going on. Um, Drop something in the comment section below as far as what you want to see, because here's sort of the conundrum I'm in. All three cars are cool. I want to get footage of all three. Um, Investing in three GoPros right now is not realistic. I have one, potentially a second one, but there's three cars. Um, and with everything that's going on, remembering to turn that one on because it's stationary and hooking another one up to a car, it's a little bit different. But we can make it work. But I want to know what you want to see. Would you rather see like one day um, just for one car, or do you want to see some type of conglomeration of all three cars? I would have to kind of, for now, choose one or the other, just simply because I don't have that many cameras. Could do the cell phone thing, but if you've paid attention to my live stream that I try to do from down there, racing and holding the camera at the same time, there's a lot going on. And there's a lot of decisions you got to make in about 9 seconds, along with holding and operating the camera. So I don't know that I want to do that too much more, especially as we get faster and the season's coming to an end. So for this year, I could probably pull it off. Next year, with some directions that we've talked about going with the cars, not just mine, Joe for sure. I don't think it would be a really good idea to operate a camera and drive at the same time. I don't think that's going to happen. So, anyway, leave something in the comment, hit me up in the inbox, check me out on Instagram too at O'Malley's Adventure, because some of the pictures and like miscellaneous stuff kind of ends up there. And let me know what you think. Norma's just about done. I'm waiting on a couple bezel pieces, and I'm trying to match the fender extension to the car was actually red at one time, but now it's a very faded red, so it looks orange, and that is uh, it's going to be tough to make that look right. Anyway, Sarah says, totally off subject, but the titles are just seeing you. Oh, the littles are just seeing you for the first time like this, and they think it's amazing. If you could give them a shout out. I'm going to call them the littles, and they're little future drag racers, possibly. So, but we've got two little dudes. You know what? Maybe I'll. How am I going to do that? Anyway, maybe we'll set up something for that, because the end of the year is coming, and we'll do something with Lincoln. And well, I don't want to say it. I can give it away. They'll just have to wait. They'll just have to wait in suspense. But anyway, yeah, I've got some cool little nephews and nieces running around, and I'm going to say that those two would be the best at the racing thing. They're adventurous, to say the least. Anywho, let's see. Sean Evans says, off subject, do you have your air race helmet? I believe you were talking about the Civil Air Defense helmet, and that is at Studio B. That is going to be, that's not here. The only thing, you know what, let me do this real quick. I still have the shortwave radio and stuff over there, and I've got the Cold War stuff there. But that. Anyway, no, it's at the other studio, and let me center up again. But we might see some of that as well. The channel split I suppose I should throw this in with the update. The channel has split. It's still O'Malley's Media owns both titles, um, but the YouTube channel was starting to look like a garage sale, and it was very hard to navigate, especially for myself, to find where this was and that was. So I split them. The small business and the council meetings and all that, that's on O'Malley's Media, the actual YouTube channel. O'Malley's Adventure now is down to just the drag racing, gear reviews. There's a backpacking video that's getting ready to come out. Excuse me. Which was really cool because um, the way that life sort of shifted in the past 3 or 4 years, it's the first time I've been out in a while, and it showed. And I paid the price a little bit, and but that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to give too much of that away. So anyway, that, my friends, is a wrap for this evening. We've went, goodness, 11 minutes. Uh, I would say stay tuned because there could be some stuff with Mr. Evans in the chat in the near future. I don't know how I'm going to do that one yet, but now that everything's sort of smooth and back out, we can do some things there. Anyway, if you like these videos, hit that thumbs up. If you don't like the videos, hit the thumbs down. Let me know why. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you really like these videos, hit the subscribe button along with the bell. That way YouTube and Facebook, the Book of Faces, you guys are over here. The tubes of you are all over here. Let me know what you think. As always, until next time, stay sharp, keep a tight shot group, rock on.